Hey Sparks, what's up? And hello to my new subscribers and my viewers. It's Fontina here. My mission with this channel is to inspire, educate, and share information that helps you thrive in life and thrive in love. If that sounds good to you, subscribe. I appreciate the subscriptions too because YouTube has finally figured out my new algorithm. I'm not talking business no more over here, so follow me on LinkedIn if you're interested in business. So let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you, not you and me, but we're gonna talk about sex. I am making this video specifically for women that have been married for long periods of time, that have been out of the dating game, relationship game, and you're really coming in new to this and you're really nervous. And I'm making this video because I'm not going to say specifically, I don't want to use too many specifics. So someone in my circle had been married 30 plus years. I'll leave it at that, even longer than that, but 30 plus years. And, you know, I talk about my Superman. I talk about my life. I'm not encouraging divorce. I'm not discouraging divorce. Look, y'all got these long marriages and y'all talking about people married. You know, my grandmother had 2 30-year marriages. I just believe in happiness, joy, love, protection, respect, and all of those things. My Superman and I both have been married multiple times. He don't put up with SHIT. I don't put up with SHIT. So we're kind of perfect for each other in this stage of our lives. I don't like to call them seasons, but really this stage of our lives. And I could see myself literally living the rest of my life with him. And I just can't see my life without him. That's how I just really can't even imagine my life without him. So this particular individual, I mean, they had just went through a lot with their husband over those years, cheating, continually bringing things home. I think of some outside babies. And, you know, I'm talking about my man, and next thing I know, I talked to them a couple months later, and he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting on a judge to sign for our divorce. And I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, and they're like, I met someone else. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? So it made me think like, wow. But for some women, and I know, again, people in my circles that just are very leery about dating because they're very nervous about a new partner. I will tell you this. I don't know why AIDS is not discussed anymore. We used to see a lot of billboards, and not just in the urban areas. I took an AIDS class in college. I got married at the end of that semester. It scared the literally life out of me. Okay, I won't say scared. The nurse that came in, Caucasian woman too, came and speak to us, told us how she contracted it. She had like 4 partners in her whole life, had been divorced, had a new partner, and contracted HIV. She actually was remarried, but it was scary. I was like, yeah, I don't want HIV. I got married. But not to make light of it. And actually I don't want to use specifics, but, you know, a relationship I was in, a marriage I was in, one of their siblings had HIV, eventually died of AIDS. Like, this stuff is, I don't understand why it's not talked about anymore. So I want you to understand a few things and also understand that you need to protect yourself out here. Not that all the men are on the DL and all these things, but it's important because men typically have a lot more partners than we do. I've been married twice. I have had 4 relationships, what I would consider relationships in my life. This is my 5th relationship and I'm getting married. So I've had 2 marriages, 3 kids with 1 man, 1 other relationship, I'm getting married. So I haven't, you know, I ain't really been out there like that, you know. When I'm single, okay, because I'm trying to be successful. That's kind of that's my drug, that's my adrenaline, okay, my high. And for those of you that have been married 10 years, 20 years, you're going through divorce, number 1, I would say you really need to take some time off though. I took a few years in between both marriages because, you know, what worked, what didn't, what can you improve? Because at the end of the day, you are the constant there. I am the constant in all of my relationships is me, okay? And I take full responsibility for my part in the destruction of, you know, these relationships. So the first thing though, I got my handy dandy notes, is you want to understand your body. But for many of you coming out of these relationships, when you're depressed, when you're going through divorce, many of us gain weight. There's someone I like that I watch on here, Melissa Neal, I think it is. And she said that she was trying to get like a revenge body back after a divorce, and it just didn't work until she started lifting weights, which I do now, and I've lost even more weight than when I started. But I want to look good naked, and many of you aren't confident with your bodies. You're not fit, and whatever fit looks like for you. Y'all, look, we in our 40s. I do not have my 30-year-old or 20-year-old body, but I got a beautiful 40-year-old body, okay, that I really enjoy wearing my lingerie. You know, men will walk around naked. They don't care about nothing, okay? Just be swinging in the wind, okay? So you want to get your body in order. For some of you, that might mean breast lift. I'm telling you, I'll be watching these videos where these men be talking. So I know for some of you that have, larger breasts, you might have to get them lifted. You might need to get some body work done. And I'm not talking about BBLs, but like some of this, what I thought was skin. And then one of my trainers online, Adrian Bryan, said, he said, well, take your hand and go like this. He said, that's skin, and take it and see how, a little bit. He said, do it on your stomach. And, I'm grabbing like this much. He said, well, that's fat. But the good thing about fat is you can lose it. You can burn it off. But for some of you, you just don't feel good. You wear frumpy clothes that make you look frumpy. You may need to go to a professional, get your hair done, not just your nails, get your hair done, get your teeth whitened, get your teeth straightened, do what you need to do. I had adult braces in my 20s. But you want to look and feel good naked. So number one, focus on your body. The second one is read books. I had to start really subscribing to things that talked about sex. We're older, if you've been with a partner for a long time, you know what they like. But going into new situations, you want to be comfortable. There might be certain techniques and things you need to learn. I signed up for the Bad Girls Bible, which I highly recommend. My kids, my adult children sometimes call me a prude. I would just say that I'm just not very, experienced. So there were certain things I'd be like, So I think that you should read, not just like that tantric sex stuff. Like you need to understand like what men want and what he might be asking you to do may not really be. And again, I'm talking about committed relationships. I'm not talking about no freaky sex outside of a relationship. So everything I'm talking about is in the context of a new committed relationship where there's chemistry, communication, compatibility. Okay, these ain't no. Okay, so I want to be clear about that. But I think that you should get some books where you understand the anatomy of a man and understand your anatomy as well, because you should be having, orgasms. Sex should feel really good to you too, okay? It ain't just about him, it's about you, but it's also about him too, okay? The next thing is understanding sensuality and femininity and things like in softness. Even when I'm in the house, like how I look now, it's late. I typically look nice all the time. I get dressed every single day. I work from home, even when I was going to my office, but every day I get dressed every day. I'm clean, before I go to bed. I always take a shower. I do not get in the bed dirty no matter what. I don't care how sleep I am. I can sleep on that couch. I will not get in the bed. I wear lingerie. So just again, understanding sensuality. I have a certain perfume I only wear when I go to bed at night. So just again, study that and do things that make you feel good, smell good, taste good, look good. The next thing is some of you all might need some sex therapy. If you've had trauma and things might trigger you, talk to somebody about it. Get a therapist. Don't carry that into no new relationship. And maybe there's some deep, dark secrets where you have been, things have happened to you. I don't share some of those experiences, but I tell you what, if they have, talk with someone about it. But everything isn't for everyone. I don't know that I would share too many details. There's things that I've shared with my honey. Of course, he's my confidant. Some things he's seen, and I'll talk through. But again, there's some limits to things that I think that we have to share about our past. And for some of you all, especially if there's sexual trauma, there might be some limits there, but there might be some things you want them to know as well so that you feel comfortable. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. I don't care what position it is. I don't care, don't do things that you feel degraded, but also understand men are freaks. Okay. I think that's one of the things I kind of missed over the years. Men, they some freaky creatures. My grandma said they'd sleep with a snake, you put a skirt on it. Okay. The last one, another one I have is ask him what he wants and likes, in the bedroom, when you being intimate with him and kissing him. I said, how does that feel? Like, talk. There's some great books on Amazon about erotic talking and intimacy. Clean, read, some of you all might want to read some of the novels. I don't read them, but the Harlequin novels. But don't be afraid to ask. Again, these are new in a relationship for you. You're committed. You're hopefully earning that ring. So again, this is for my women that just literally have been in these long-term marriages and you're getting out and it's really, really new to you. The world is different. Very, very different. These are some things I think that might be helpful. So here's one thing that again, I'm transparent online. It is what it is. So I like to watch MJ Harris, and he has some older content where he talks about femininity and attractive men, and just, his feminine energy is feminine energy. Okay, it is what it is. And I love his feminine energy. And in one of them, he said, one thing you could do with a man is if you want to know what he likes, you can ask him what his favorite, porn, I think maybe movie is, scene or something. I don't know. So I did this like Superman. This is when I had my house or whatever, and I knew he was coming over, whatever. I had it all sexy, had these little red lights and stuff going on, which Miles Monroe talks about that, the lighting and things. And like I like candles and things like that. But I was like, yeah, I want to. I'm not into porn, so like I think before I had seen this and tell you this story, I had seen maybe a part of a porn movie once, and I was like, that was about 20. So, and I don't mean to sound like a prude, but it just is what it is. So he brought over these videos, and I was like, I want to know what your favorite porn scene is. He's like, really? He's this real grumpy voice, and I'm like, yeah. He brought it, and I was like, oh my God. But it was so funny because he's a hoot. But the funny thing is, like, the woman in there, like his favorite scene, me and her could have been sisters. Like we literally looked up, like he has a type, and I definitely like am his type. It was so hilarious. But it wasn't that crazy. But I think that, especially again, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you want to think about it in a fun way, because again, it's new to be intimate with somebody, to do things with somebody that you did with somebody else for 10, 20 years. You can be a little nervous about taking a shower, and your body, I have stretch marks. You can't really tell. They're not real dark. They've actually lightened up over the years, and my stomach's actually pretty flat. I don't know if y'all could. Yeah, can I get back far enough so y'all can see? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I was with one of my aunts a few months, on Mother's Day weekend, and we were trying on clothes, and she's a sweet aunt of mine. She's on the spectrum, so I was in there with her, and she's like 13 years older than me. So she's like, what's that on your stomach? And I was like, what you mean? She's like, that. I was like, oh, them are stretch marks. She's like, oh, they look funny. So I was laughing to myself, and I told my Superman about it. But they don't care. These men don't care. You got a little weight on you. They don't care. But again, your body looks different in your 40s. So I just wanted to do this video because I don't think anyone's talking to us. Like, hey sis, you've been married 10 years and yeah, you're going to probably be single a year or two because you got to get that out your system and go, it's a grieving process to go through a divorce, and now you're back dating and you don't do no one night stands. Like seriously, if you want to, I guess you can, but there are some really good men out here looking for some amazing women, and it takes some time. You don't have to jump in no bed with them, but also some women are like trying to save it until you get married. I don't know, my honey, I don't even want to do that. But that's it. I'm done. I'm losing the sun, the lighting. You all are awesome. Who's going to be the spark to ignite the conversation? Because we talk about sex. And what didn't I mention? Like, leave it below. And the big thing is relax, y'all. This is a new person, new intimacy, new joy, new love, everything, new explorations, and have fun, okay? Who's going to be the spark to ignite the conversation? What brought you here? And hopefully this sex talk will keep you coming back, okay? All right, leave me a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.